はい、では続いてですが、Conquests the Longbow、The Legend of Robin Hood ですね。こちら、解説応募ありません。解説できる方いらっしゃいましたら応募お待ちしております。ちなみに2つ先のムーンライダーまで応募ありませんので、こちらもまたお待ちしております。タイトル的にロビンフット関連のゲームなのかなと思います。カテゴリーローパーセントなんですけども、スコアを低くするみたいですね。スピードのとこ見てたんですけど、何のスコアだったかな。295ポイントで終わるみたいですね。
This is a shout out to Swoosing. I want to say thank you to all the participants for supporting this wonderful charity. I know how important it is to so many people. Cancer sucks. Good luck to my son, Swoos. And ketchup, mustard, and sauerkraut, please. Thank you so much. That sounds like a fun combination. You know, and I just looked over and guess what? We have met the incentive. We are going to be saying the animals. Thank you so much.
あと PC とは書いてますけど、結構古いゲームなので、対応機種としては MS-DOS だったり、アミガだったりが対応のようです。
I agree. Thank you all so much for that generous donation. Just
ゲーム画面見たら、なるほどなって思う、その時代の PC ゲームといいますか、っていう感じなのかなと思います。
Hello, hello. You are tuning in to Awesome Games Done Quick 2025, powered by Twitch and in benefit of Prevent Cancer Foundation. I'm Oscar 424, and in case you haven't heard, we are getting to say the animals for upcoming run of Conquests of the Longbow, the Legend of Robin Hood. So I'm looking forward to hearing about a catapulting cow and maybe talking to a catapulting cow and just saying catapulting cow because that just sounds fun. But in the meantime, if you are looking for more incentives and bid wars to put your donation towards, as a reminder, we have a fantastic upcoming run of Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action, and you can choose the music. Right now, March of the White Knights is currently in the lead, but there are a slew of fantastic options available to you. Everything from Will You Remember Me to Everything Will Be Okay. We also are continuing that bid war for Dandy and Randy DX versus Dumpy and Bumpy. You get to choose which game we are going to be playing. It is an absolutely tight fight right now. Dumpy and Bumpy, which is not the DX version, is currently in the lead. So if you want to see the DX version met for Dandy and Randy, !donate in chat or gdq.gg/donate. Scroll down to the bottom of the screen and put your donation towards the incentive of your choice. And if that was enough, any donation $5 and above puts you automatically in the running for those fantastic prizes that we have available for this segment of runs. We have everything from a shout out to our Shenmue run of reused forklift certification cards for $5. We've got a gorgeous Lavender Dragon dice box for a donation of $25. And on top of that, you donate a cumulative amount of $250. You are in the running for some super cool prizes, including that life-size Ivysaur plush. I said this before, and I keep looking back, and That Ivysaur is staring me down, and I want it. I'm a Magmar fan, but you know, Magmar doesn't need to know that I really want that Ivysaur plush. It is so cool. Exclamation prizes. You can see what those look like. I will say it time and time again. The pictures do not do this plush justice.
改めてになりますが、こちらのゲーム解説の応募はありませんのでお待ちしております。また今後の、プログラムですと、直後の G セーバー、ムーンライダー、ダンディ、ランディ、あとはユニコーンオーバーロードが、解説応募がありませんので、解説できる方いらっしゃいましたらよろしくお願いします。また深夜ですが、スパイロも、応募ありませんのでお待ちしてます。あと朝ですね、ちょっと、メジャーなゲームなんですけれども、スーパーマリオブラザーズでしたり、ラジェット&クランク2も、まだ応募ありませんので、できる方いらっしゃいましたらお待ちしております。率が増えましたかね。ああ、本当ですね。寄付金の、インセンティブが次のゲーム追加されてたんですけども、もう達成してますね。セイザーアニマルス。
Did someone tell the animals they were gonna talk? I don't want their throat to get a little.
まあ、ゲーム中に様々な動物と会話します。ということです。そうですね、もう1000ドルのところが、1160ドル集まったみたいで、早かったですね。最初の寄付が40分前かなぐらいなのですぐ集まりましたね。
And I have just been informed because, well, incentives are fun. And we have a new incentive that has officially been opened.
インセンティブの概要によると、動物のダジャレが好きな人にはたまらないって書いてますね。まあ、ただ英語なので、英語がわかる方は楽しいと思います。
Bramhall the Fifth will complete a glitched any percent run of Ys 8 Lacrimosa of data after the main run. That is going to be super cool to watch. Bramhall the Fifth is an absolutely fantastic runner. You are not going to want to miss that. But we need to make sure we don't have the option of missing that because we need to hit that donation incentive again. $8,000. If you want to see that glitched 80% run, exclamation point donate in chat. Follow the link. As I keep saying, scroll down to the bottom of the screen and put your donations towards that incentive, towards PCF, and also in the running for some fantastic prizes. It's like 3 awesome things for the price of 1. I love it. You should too. gamers, friends. It looks like we've been given word, and I think it's time to equip our bows and potentially mount our mighty steeds that we do get to talk to. It's time for some Conquests of the Longbow, the Legend of Robin Hood, low percent with Lemming. Sir Lemming, shall we restore the throne? Let's go.
All right, good morning. If you're just waking up, welcome back to video games. We have Conquest of the Longbow, the Legend of Robin Hood. I'm going to get a little bit into what that means. I do want to introduce our merry men on the couch. We have David TKI.
I'm David, who runs various Sierra games, including Conquest of
すごい速度で首振ってますけど。
Yeah. And then we do have another veteran point-and-click runner and one-time longbow runner himself, the Wolf.
It's true. I've been through this. I'm more of a LucasArts guy myself, so I'm representing that half of the world, but good to be here. Thanks, Lemming.
Absolutely. So we do have a Robin Hood simulator, basically. I would argue this is probably the definitive Robin Hood interactive experience, or at least it would be if we weren't doing a low percent run today. We are going to try and avoid doing much of anything as much as possible. I'll talk a little bit more about how that works momentarily. Time is going to start when I press play here in 3, 2, 1. So right off the bat, we are chatting to our merry men. I don't really want to do that. Let's glitch out of here. I much prefer a casual hello.
さっき移動速度上げてたんですけど、かなり速いですね。
Robin likes to hang out on this overlook of Watling Street, which goes right into Nottingham. We can do a lot of different events throughout the run here. We are doing our first low percent variance.
ちょっとさっきも話したんですけども、295ポイントでクリアするみたいなんで、このスコアですかね、7325が最大なんですけど、295で終わらせるカテゴリーかなと思います。
She is on an RNG timer here, and she is taking her sweet time, but I think she'll be here momentarily. There she is. Goodbye. We're going to wrap up chatting to some locals, and then we are going to move on to the next day, 2 of 13.
ゲーム自体はキャラクターオブジェクトをクリックして物語を進めていくスタイルですね。基本的にはそれで話を聞いて進めていく形なんですけども、ミニゲームもあるようです。
This is not too different from any classic Robin Hood story you may have heard before. King Richard's coming back from the crusade, and he gets kidnapped by King Leopold of Austria, who is not going to let him go unless we raise 100,000 golden marks in ransom. You see we got 300 there on the top left, only 99,700 to go.
なかなか動きがいいですね、これ。
We do this because Prince John, jerk that he is, he's not going to actually bother to free his older brother. He and the Sheriff of Nottingham are going to do what they do best, which is rule England with an iron fist, which is where Robin and the merry men and Marion and all the rest come in to help out. We don't really have a clear quest yet, so fortunately Marion does say in this dream that we should find her, so that's our day 2 objective. Every day can be progressed by hitting a couple of specific event triggers, so that peasant in peril, for example. We had to actually perceive her to ignore her. We can't just avoid it entirely. This magic rock, it's super, super duper important for the casual run. Don't really worry about it here for low percent. It's fine. It's just a rock. Let's go track down Marion. She's somewhere around here. Hi.
かなりグラフィックというかもう動きもいいですよね。
That looks suspiciously like you doing a heroic activity.
Yeah, we do have to do a little bit of conquesting in Conquest of the Longbow. So that is another thing about this point and click. A lot of times you don't get a critical item like the Longbow button to solve problems. So I do appreciate that Christy Marks and the development team added that. On to day 3, we do need to get into Nottingham proper, where we are unfortunately a wanted man, so we do need a disguise. We can find all sorts of disguises here on Watling Street if we wait long enough. There's one. This nice beggar here is going to be convinced to give us his clothes. This is low percent, so we're going to do this in the absolute rudest way possible, with a little bit of light longbow threatening.
そうですね、ローパーセントは、低得点でクリアします。おそらく右上が295で終わると思います。
Yeah, never bring a beggar outfit to a longbow fight.
Absolutely. And I should just triple check here. We did meet that save the animals incentive, right?
We absolutely did.
Fantastic. I'm going to get some help from our couch here. David, if you'd be so kind as to voice the noble feline.
Are you going to feed me? Well, who needs you then? I'm not reading those words. Kindly have a good day, sir.
Wolf, if you can mention our... That's no answer. No, the duck talks.
Please don't mention duck soup to
Okay,
me.
fair enough. I'll leave you alone. So here's the day 3 objective. We have to hand off Marion Slipper to this cobbler. The reason we did save Marion in the previous days, if we don't, that cobbler will actually get so annoyed with us that he hits us on the head of a hammer and gives us a game over. So that's why we do some required heroics here and there. On to day 4, the last of our kind of soft tutorial days. We have another peasant in peril to ignore. And then after that, we do hand off a comb to Marion, who's going to give us a quest for later. There we are. Now, on to day 5 and 6 is where the game really opens up. We get some major quests to handle, more disguises to acquire. We do have the quest from Marion, but first we do have to find out that this sympathetic widow has had her 3 large sons kidnapped by an evil monastic order. So let's go ahead and get a nice monk costume. You know the drill.
Yeah, never bring a monk costume to a longbow fight.
No, absolutely not. Here we have Friar Tug. He's getting a little too enthusiastic about his job of watching this guy. This goes on for a suspiciously long amount of time, which does give me a chance to address Robin's head. His head turn is tied to CPU cycles, and we are emulating the top-of-the-line PC from 1990, so it does tend to mean that he fidgets nonstop. You also got that of a sheep and a couple other characters. I like to just think he's hyper-vigilant.
I want whatever coffee he's had.
Absolutely. We have a cow somewhere here to talk to. Let me see if I can find it. Oh. Well, never mind. We do have some additional quote-unquote animals. We have, not the cats don't talk. We do have fishbone.
Once
David?
I was a happy fish. The sea was my home. Now I'm just an excuse for a stupid poem.
Beautiful. And a leg of mutton.
Some called me lamb, some called me mutton.
Ooh. Harry, excuse me.
And now I'm generally good for nothing.
Just for that, I'm not playing your game. On to our day 5 task, which is actually nothing. We're going to waste the day away, so our merry men have to save the 3 large sons for us, and they do that for fewer points and with more casualties. So we got to do it. On to our next task, which also involves more evil monks. I have no idea why Prince John has recruited so many evil monastic orders. So again, usual longbow thing. This guy's going to call us a coward for not engaging him in melee combat, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, he shouldn't have brought a quarterstaff to a longbow fight.
Oldest trick in the book. Once again, yes, low percent essential. Although I gotta say, in the 100% run, that guy's actually a bit of a slouch, so it's not that different. On to day 6, we have to do Marion's side quest now, which is at Swamp Castle over here. We use this flute that we found in the monastic disguise to summon a boat over to yonder castle. 2 major objectives, and we can't delegate this like we do the sun saving. We do need to do this with the Robin Hood touch. We have to, 1, grab an encrypted scroll that Marion asked us to grab. We don't know what's on it, but we'll learn more about it. And then we're also going to come across the King's Court Jester Folk, who we're going to have to spring because he's going to give us some essential items as well. As we slowly roll towards our next objective, we're going to get stopped by a guard who says you can't pass unless you know your gemstone lore, which of course you would get from your in-game manual. Very popular trick back in the day. And we used to do that until we found that we can actually glitch past that, so no more frantic referencing of an old manual. Just gonna poke that guy.
王様を救うみたいで、
But if we just
それで変装したりしてるみたいですね。
on by him, there you go. Then we can play this flute one more time, which actually briefly opens the next screen trigger. Are you deaf? No, I think that was pretty smart. Shoutouts to SwimFan, who found that, I think, earlier last year. SwimFan's not a runner, but he is a Sierra glitch hunter, which is really kind of a fantastic shout-out of how our communities come together to help each other out. So we don't need that gemstone lore anymore. I'm going to give away our gemstone. I'm sure that guy could put it in a safe place. And here's Folk. Hi, Folk. Actually, let's leave Folk hanging for a little bit. I do want to grab that scroll Marion talked about. There it is. And I like the look of that scroll the head monk's got as well. Let's just get rid of him.
No, the juice.
The juice, the grape juice.
All the coffee.
All right, we've let Folk down, probably not for the first time, but let's go ahead and do that for him. Okay, so the reason we grabbed that second scroll is it belongs to Folk, and he's not going to leave without it. Bless you, Hooded Robin. Well, not our name, but, you know, I like the enthusiasm. And anyway, we are going to get out of Swamp Castle here with a little meta puzzle, but fortunately, I know the meta. Boop.
If we're working on a puzzle, mind if I cut in with a couple things?
Absolutely, it's a great time.
Perfect. This is a shout out to that cow from earlier. $100 from Obtor. Says, what does the cow say? I guess I need to find out. I guess we did, didn't we?
Thank you, Aptor. I appreciate that.
And also, I want to give a quick notice that we have a bid war open for Yee's 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. That is the language choice. Y'all have been already schmoovin' and groovin' on the bonus any percent run, but now you get to choose the language. It is between English and Japanese. So if you want one or the other, put your donations towards
ゲームは
that
日ご
incentive.
とに分かれて、一日一日進んでいくので、
Lobster claws, this hand
日の終わりは
hand
なんか
scroll
その日につい
is a
て
bit of
話す
incognito language for
シーンで終わる
the
ので、
creature
なんか
resistance.
右じゃない、
It
下に
also
吹き出しが出
isn't
てるみ
for
たいです。
magic, which we'll try and explain later. Okay, the sheep
あれ
has
が
been
出てきたら
glaring.
その日が終わ
Okay,
り
let's see what it
ま
actually
た朝
has
に
to
な
say.
るっていう感じ
About
ですか
time
ね。
someone asked my opinion around here. First off, this business with the wool. I mean, just as I've grown it all
ジ
back.
ャパニーズって言ったのは、イースのビットウォーですかね。言語を英語か日本語か選ぶっていう
If I make the
話でした
tiniest
ね。
protest, that big brute Hal threatens to make mutton stew out of me. Frightens me out of my wits, he does.
Maybe we shouldn't have saved Hal. Oh well. Anyway, so we got a magic net for saving the 3 large suns. Remember when we did that? We need this magic net to
さあ、
catch
何
a
か
magic
捕まえるのでしょうか。
Give us a introduction to the magic green man, who, if we answer his magic riddles, Pixie, no.
Got a left pixie, no.
Got a lefty. Okay. For reasons that are kind of too ridiculous to explain. Okay, he was nice to me. Come on, man.
Oh, wow.
He usually kind of like walks into it like
There
that.
you go.
All right.
あ、
First
捕ま
time.
った。
That guy's a classic run killer. This little pixie. A lot of his appearance is RNG, and we can't catch him if he comes from the left for reasons that are a little too silly to explain here. But we're on to riddles, and we do have to use our newly minted hand code for that. So I'm going to go ahead and solve a few of these. When we do this, we are going to get druidic powers, which are important for the rest of the run. And last one is coin. I don't know why he knows what a coin is.
Or cheese.
Or cheese. All right, now that we have our druidic powers unlocked, we are not going to use them in the run, but I did need them to actually progress past that day, which is Fair Day. We now have to go into the Nottingham Fair and hand off our hand code scroll to a scholar who will distribute it to the rest of the King Richard loyalists here. Once again,
So, really quick, I do want to give a bit of a flashing light warning for the fair because there's going to be a lot of rapid screen cycling.
yes, easiest cue for that is once you hear the worst pun in your life, then avert your eyes. All right, we have more animals to talk to. I think this mule talks. Mule, do you talk?
Oh, if I could talk, I wouldn't be hauling this cart around.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right, Groner alert incoming. We do have a pig who also has a lot to say.
画
Know what
面
I
の
like about Robin Hood?
点滅があるようですのでご注意ください。
Gives to the pork.
Boo. Boo. All right, on to that flashing light screen transition. And this is actually a wonderful time for donations.
Of
そういうことで
course.
すね。
We
行
have
ったり来たりってこ
$50
とで
from
す
the
ね。
official Bonnie fan club who says, rumor has it, the evil sheriff from Nottingham puts mayo on all of his hot dogs. Much luck to Lemming and his couch from the official Bonnie fan club.
Let's go.
Very good, very good.
$20 from Amasa who says, good luck being a bad Robin Hood. Say the animals.
Say the animals. All right, we are wrapping that up. I don't like doing that, but it does save a little bit of time, and we do love a good frame save. Here is our scholar. Another chance for discounted points. We have to use a code word. Let's just get it wrong. All right, let's just do it one more time here. This time we'll actually indulge him and do our whole correct thing here. Now that he knows that we are Robin Hood, he's going to learn that we're an annoying Robin Hood, and we're just going to kind of not give him what he needs. All right, we'll give it to him. Yes, just wasting his time like that is another great way to lose points. Probably my favorite version of it. So despite the fact that we haven't actually gotten any ransom. The Sheriff of Nottingham is still sick of us, and he is going to send guards to comb the forest and catch us. We do have a little bit of tech here to avoid that once they show up. Now, there's a variety of ways to handle this depending on the kind of route you're taking. We actually have a super duper quick version of the skip for any percent and 100%. The problem with it is that you get points for doing it. So instead, we're going to do this awkward thing where we change screens when the game's not expecting us to, which makes Robin unintentionally invisible. And you can see the guards kind of walk right past, even though they were pretty sure they were going to catch him. So it's convoluted, it's long, it's kind of a pain to do, but it does guarantee a 0-point gain, so that's why we do it. And he reappears, or not. He'll reappear here. On to our last disguise of the run. There's going to be a jeweler coming down the road here, and we don't really do any jewelry antics. The main appeal of this costume is that we're going to use it to trigger a teleportation glitch if we meet him at the very bottom of the road here. Anyway, he gets the longbow treatment.
Never bring you know the rest.
They never learn.
Friar Tuck gets one more spank in there. Someday you'll hang, Robin Hood. I don't think so. All right, we have teleportation unlocked, but we do need to pop over and do... here's another animal here. No, it's not the pigs, but if we screen cycle enough, it should show up.
It's random whether or not it
We
shows
just
up.
had the hot dog run, right?
Give him a lot. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a bug in the game. Let's give it a chat. Apologies to the tech team for the swatted fly on your screens. I'll do better in the future. Okay, with the teleportation, we can actually just get out of that day and move on. And this is actually a very serious day. Maid Marian has been accused of witchcraft and is going to be burnt at the stake. So while we panic in the pub here, our merry men are going to have to join together and come up with a perfect plan to save her. Couch, can you tell us about the most important merry man of the troupe?
Oh, yes. So there's one particular merry man whose ideas that we really like. That's going to be Much, the miller's son. His ideas are ingenious, out of the box, very creative.
Very creative, yeah.
He is not at all constrained by things such as, is this actually a good idea? No, his ideas must be heard.
Yeah.
And heard they will be. So we have all the classics. We got Friar Tuck. We got Little John. I'm sure they have good ideas. Let's see what Much has to say. Will, excuse me. Let's attack the soldiers and taunt them and run away in all directions. Yeah, I love it.
It's perfect.
So it will work, to his credit. We will lose some outlaws in the process, and we will gain a measly 25 points for it. But we do actually get Marian out of the fire for what it's worth. Now, the problem is that she did inhale quite a bit of smoke, and I've been kind of rambling for the past 12 minutes here. So let's both catch our breaths and read a minute of donations if you got them.
Of course. Phalanx donated $10, saying, feels crazy running Longbow for the first time a year ago, then seeing it at HDQ today. Good luck, Lemming. And remember to call at the end of the run this time. Thank you for that. We also have Robot Spacer donating $50. Let's talk to those animals. Good luck on the run, Lemming. And $295 from Devor, saying $1 for every point our most dishonorable hero gets. Thank goodness this isn't 100%. Shout outs to Lemming, Woofs, and David for bringing this game to the stage. May you fight well, even if your opponent isn't allowed.
Oh, we were too slow. She's dead.
死んじゃった。
No. Oh, but it was negative 500 points. We gotta go slow.
Marian's just
ポイン
sleeping.
ト下がりましたね。
Big shouts to all those community members who donated.
多分放置したら死ぬんですかね。
Let's talk to Nessie. Hi, Nessie.
Oh, pardon me. Which way to Loch Ness? I seem to have taken a wrong turn somewhere.
All right, and if you're worrying about the logistics of this and how a creature of such size lives
カテゴリールールに書いてあった295なので、そろそろ終わりですかね。
All right, on to a big day. A treasure train is coming through, and we need to get it and really crank up that ransom. Once again, I'm not going to figure that out by myself. Let's get the merry men together. Let's get
まあ、
the boys
RTA と
together
いう
and see what
か
they、have
どう
to
でしょうね、
say.
ロー
I'm
パーセン
seeing
ト
some
なの
great
で、
stuff here, but again, I think we should get a little creative.
極
Let's
力
try and be
少ないスコア
unpredictable here.
なので犠牲になった感じかもしれないですね。
Tuck, what do you got? I think rounding up wild boars and driving them into the road is probably our best option here. Let's create panic with wild boars. Unfortunately, the wild boars were too hard to wrangle. And we did miss the
まあ、エ
treasure
ンディン
train
グも
entirely.
分岐してそうなので、
Yeah, which is fantastic for a couple
そ
of
ういった
reasons.
要素
One
です
is
かね。
we got no points for that. But two, it's actually the fastest
スコア
option
で変わ
because
ると
a
か
super long battle
なのかな
cutscene
とは
usually
勝手
plays
に
if
は
you
思ってま
actually get
す。
to the treasure train, which we didn't. Thank you much.
Much his ideas were ahead of his time.
It was a little bit too much, maybe.
I think he took that pig pun from earlier a little too literally. If they're robbing the rich and give to the poor.
He's been cooking that up for days, I think. Like, the pigs and boars, I can do it.
Yeah, we actually do that in the 80% run as well because it's the fastest option. So much is a bit of a meme and patron saint of the Longbow community.
Yeah.
We're doing the combing the forest thing one more time. It was such a great feature, we did it twice. We do have to hand off all that ransom we accumulated to a queen's knight here. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, he's on a horse. Let's confirm if this is one of those talking animals or one of those non-talking animals. Asuka, if you would be so kind. Horse, do you speak?
Nay.
I thought not. All right, well, you know, if I can't talk to the horse, this guy's going to talk to the hand, and we're going to get out of here. Spoiler, that wasn't actually the Queen's Knight, he was a spy, so we do have to actually free that guy for our final day of the run here. Back at Swamp Castle where he's being held. We had a boat last time, now I just need to walk. Do a little out of bounds here. There we are. Now, that was more or less, you say, the animal's incentive. There is a very small chance that we are going to get one last animal here, so let's just give it a shot. Oh, okay. Sometimes it's a pig, usually it's a rock.
普通に死にましたね。
So I think we go north. There we go. Okay, a lot's going to happen in a very short amount of time. So all I can say is time will be when I open up a menu and put the slider down to, the arcade slider down to bottom. Let's just shimmy up this tower here. I promise this conversation is important. Excuse me, could you lend me a hand? You see, I'm nearly safe, but I thought I'd do something truly foolish instead and get myself killed. Or, you know, time. A lot happened right there. It's a little confusing. The
はい、タイ
best
マースト
thing
ッ
I
プ
can
です。
explain for this is that we tricked the game into putting a finale arcade sequence in motion,
しっ
and
か
then we
り
set the mode to
295ポイントで
automatic
終わっ
win,
たの
and
で
so we won.
6% 達成です
The point
ね
is。we got a whole 0.1% of the ransom to King Richard here. So hopefully he'll come bail us out because we are going to get
まあ多分いいエンディングではないでしょう。
oh yeah, here he is. Great. So he is saying, look, you can't just go hanging people without a trial. So we're going to hear from all the people we helped. Well, you know, folks got our back. Beggar does not. Jeweler does
あ、
not.
保安官に捕まったみたいですね。
You know, it may have been fine if Maid Marian could testify for us, but she is in fact dead. Or is sleeping.
Sleeping.
So we are also going to be sentenced to a snooze here.
Wait, what about the ransom we...
Oh yeah, the ransom and oh.
ああ、
Okay. We're also sleeping now. We're taking a little. Yeah.
Truly sad and pathetic performance, but hey, I know we're capable of doing far, far better. And that was the worst way to play Conquests of the Longbow. I want to thank my couch for being here. I really do appreciate you repping our community here. Thank you to my wife, who's been very supportive of this, and especially me coming out here to show you this very silly way of playing a game. The Longbow community, so gosh, Alcor's, Deathwing, Phalanx, Snowy Sam, Shawluck. I apologize if I'm missing anybody. One Short Eye, the original runner of this, he has 2 fantastic videos on this game that I do encourage you to watch. They really kind of give you an idea of what's special about this game. I just want to give a shout out also to Christy Marks, the one-time head writer of Gem and the Holograms and designer of this game. It's really ahead of its time in a lot of ways I couldn't demonstrate here, so I really encourage everyone to check it out. Couch, do you have anyone you want to call out?
I think you covered it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and thanks for having me, Lemming. And yeah, just shouts out to the King's Quest and Longbow community and Speedy Adventure folks.
Oh yeah, no, Speedy Adventures. We do have a Speedy Adventures Discord. If you just like to talk about adventure games or even want to get into some of these runs, we'll be happy to have you. Yeah. But I think that's what we have here this morning. Looking forward to a new day of runs and hope to catch you for another one.
Thank you again so much, Lemming, for that wonderful
はい。ここまでお送りしましたのは、Conquests of the Longbow でした。
You know, speaking of,
では続いてのゲームまでお待ちください。
I'm gonna be right back because I have some more animals to just say nay to. So sit tight. And I do believe I have found some more wonderful people donating to Prevent Cancer Foundation. $50 from Sophie B with the comment, I love seeing a classic adventure game at AGDQ. I just had to donate during the game, which taught me words like, "Run it." Thank you, Sophie B. We also have $50 from Viri. The cow goes, what? I think the cow went over the moon and into the distance and all that. Thank you so much for that. And Forte donating $10. Excuse me, Forte 801 donating $10. Hail, Star Wars Traveler from the King's Quest speedrunning Discord. So excited to see you on the main stage. Lemmings, get in there and save Astro Chicken. Wait.